The month is April, and while it might be rainy and gloomy all the time, you just have to remember that April showers bring May flowers. And with all the plants growing around us, we'll also start to see more wildlife emerge, like bees and butterflies. While we stand and enjoy the blooming life around us, these insects are on a mission, one of which is to find food, like the nectar of a flower. And you might wonder, how can these insects find the nectar? And one way is that the flowers are communicating with their pollinators. And then you might think, how can plants communicate? They can't really talk and they can't really move. And to get into that, we'll have to talk about flowers. Flowers come in a variety of shapes and colors, and this is actually one of the ways that they communicate with their pollinators. And some flowers have evolved special shapes and color patterns to attract them, but also to increase the success rate of pollination. To dive deeper, let's look at the snapdragon. The shape and color pattern of a snapdragon flower has evolved to attract pollinators. The yellow nectar guides bring and lead insects like bees to the nectar hidden in the center, and the shape of the petals means that pollinators have to push through to get their sugary reward, increasing contact and therefore attaching more pollen to them. With these specific traits, the snapdragon has created a distinction in their petals. The top and bottom petals look different from each other, and this in turn has changed their symmetry. Take the water lily, for example. Their flower has multiple lines of symmetry, so from various points around the flower, you can cut it in half and have two identical parts. But because the snapdragon flower has evolved in such a way, it only has one line of symmetry, and this is with the help of two genes. To create the one line of symmetry, two genes amongst many are involved, cycloidea and divaricata. Cycloidea is expressed in the top petals, and divaricata is expressed in the bottom. Digging deeper, cycloidea will activate a gene called radialis, which in turn inhibits divaricata. This way, cycloidea is expressed in the top petals, and divaricata can only be expressed in the bottom, creating a boundary in the flower. And by isolating these genes to these parts of the flower, the snapdragon can form a specific shape, and that single line of symmetry emerges.